Hello guys, welcome back to my page, Messages from Venus, and this video is in regards to this amazing book. This book is How to Talk to an Alien. Can they speak our languages? Can they read our minds? What are they trying to tell us? By Nancy Duart. I'm sure I'm botching her name. However, this book is a very special book that was referred to me by Oceana December, and she has a YouTube channel. She also has an Instagram page. She has many platforms on social media. I received a reading from her, I want to say it was maybe like 3-4 years ago, and where it was a galactic reading. It wasn't just a reading for my life now, but the reading for the origins of my soul, the origins of where I came from, or where my soul was created, where my energy came from. And she advised me that I should get this book, not only because she's featured in this book, and they talk about her amazing ability to speak to aliens or have some sort of connection with aliens, but it was also an introduction to understanding what the type of reading that I was getting. Because at the time I was like, okay, I have to get a reading where like I'm getting all of these messages and connections and all this other stuff, so I have to get a reading where someone's explaining what the fuck is going on, because I didn't get it. And she was like, at the time, the only person that was talking about like star seeds, and it was at the same time where she was merging like start seeds and like the new age system, and allowing people, or in teaching people also to understand that it's kind of like you're free to practice what you want to practice, right? And so it was amazing for me, right? And she's just amazing, like the way she explains it, the way that she carries her spirituality. You guys can go to her page and check her out. But she talks mainly, I want to say that she has like a main connection to like the reptilian race, is what I'm still sensing from her. And when she did the reading for me, it was fucking amazing. I'm not quite sure if she still does those readings, but I think that she's still giving some sort of like mediumship classes and things that have to do with aliens. But this book specifically talks about the different encounters that different people have had with aliens. It talks about the history of some of these entities. It also talks about the different languages and how similar they are to us, all the while having some sort of Christian connection. And it's very interesting because she mentioned that some people have had connections or have had encounters with aliens, and where they say that these aliens believe in a Christ, in a Christ-like being, and in like a savior of the world. Which, what I got from this book is something that I already knew, like deep within myself, is that we're all interconnected. Why? Because I feel like aliens were our creators. We have their DNA, whether you came from France, Egypt, fucking Africa, whatever, Russia, whatever Dominican Republic, whatever it is, somewhere along the line they placed their DNA in our world. And I feel like it's the reason why they're so invested for our world to continue to thrive, because it's like they perfected us. It's what I'm getting. And she hinted that in this book. It's in between the lines of her text, even though she never said like, oh, the aliens created us. But she did also talk about the connection that the Vatican has to aliens. She not only quoted her information, but I forgot how is it that you call it, but she referenced where she got the information from. She mentioned the governments knowing about all these entities and all of these beings. They do have depictions. It talks about the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians, and their alphabet and their connection to aliens, and how some people think they're having encounters with angelic beings, but they're really not. They're extraterrestrials and very much alive. Different types of beings that kind of look like the traditional alien. And then there's like other beings that don't look like the traditional alien, but it's more about like language, and the interconnection that we have as humans to aliens. So if you're into aliens and you want to know a little bit more, and you want to at least have a book that references and you as a human being, but also references the aliens and somebody that as entities that can relate to you. I feel like this book is perfect. This book also opens up a slur of questions that when you're reading the book, you're like, oh, I need to research that. So it encourages you to research and know a little bit more about aliens and the origins of aliens. You can also look up the different abductees stories, because they are on the internet, and they also have written books about some of the encounters that she mentions in this book. But overall, it just reminds me that we are all interconnected and that we are all in one big womb, and it's the womb of the universe. Whether it's this universe, the next universe after that, but in this universe, we're all very much similar to one another. So I recommend this book to all of you, whether you believe in aliens or not. It also mentions the Enochian texts. It mentions the Bible. It mentions the sections of the Bible and or religious texts that speak of these extraterrestrials. And the very, very, very most like important and a piece that I love about this book is that it talks about the inner earth as well, and how they are not extraterrestrials, but they are some of them live amongst us, and they look like us, they act like us, but they know they're not from this planet, and that they do have like other areas and centers beneath the earth, and that they have had abductees talk about these incidents for centuries now. So I love it. I absolutely love this book. I can reread it 1,000 times. And it's very cheap in Amazon, because that's where I got it, so you guys can order it. This is how it looks. Excuse me. This is how it looks, and I hope you guys go ahead and purchase it. And that's my review of How to Talk to an Alien. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.